HP 98. It is the save group of the Kalshia Wilderness. Do you want to save a record of your adventure so far? Save. 1. Brave, Shaint Arium, Sword. Do you want to? I was asked by former priests who were in Fairmetal female no. They came all the way. Braves who were outside I. Braves who were outside I. A chain of repeated mistakes and sorrows. She told me that she regretted, yes, with a painful look. Even though I regretted, my sins would not disappear. It looked sad. It looked sad. It seemed like I was asking for help and I could not help it. Therefore, now, I is here. The wailing of sadness. This is the name of this cave. Nora says that there are braves who were incompletely summoned here. Before that, it seems that it was too creepy here. Lilia Nanana, why do we have to come to this place? Elena, wonder in the world may be full, but this is kinda. Both of you do not seem to get overwhelmed. Lilia, if by any chance something wrong, the ghostly spirit is over. Well, there should be something like that, but nothing. If it really comes up, you must protect me. Elena, protect, will you give me? Right? First, now all members are in a single body so there is nothing to protect, but... Lilia, you, Air, please read. Elena, KY is not good. I got half words, half a frustration. Yup. Why Elena, who should be a resident of this world, do you know the word KY etc.? In that way, when groaning with thought face, Elena gave me an explanation somewhat fun. Elena, well, you and me. It is one with me and you. Will this be accompanied by proviso that this is an explanation? I could not understand the translation anymore. When I was groaning again, Lilia explains this time. Lilia, in short, because you and me, you have one body. Even memories are one thing. I understood. I do not know as I understood. If so, why do I do not know their memories and... Elena broke in there and explained as follows. Elena, if you say that you do not know our memory, that is because we wanted to know more about you. In other words, neither I nor Lilia-chan. Lilia, yes. Then, I'm about to begin exploring. Lastly, something Elena spoke, Lilia urged me ahead. Certainly, the purpose of this time is exploration of this cave. Then it would not be possible to sell oil in such a place. Lilia, after all, will not you go home? With such a frightened Lilia and somewhat bad Elena. I aimed one way ahead. Elena, an amazing high. Lilia, Giga. Completely, they are good friends. HP 100. Current look, field, item, object, lat, LV6, experience 76, you defeat 2,805 monsters, items. Staminite, 15. The Sorrow of Sorrow. It is the save group of the 5th floor. Do you want to save? What do you want?
セーブが完了しました。
The sorrow of sorrow, it is the save group of the 5 floor. Do you want to save? 1. Do you want?
セーブが完了しました。
SB, current look. Field coordinate, items, object save, last hope, LV6, experience 17 points. You defeat 2,840 monsters. The sorrow of... Do you want to... Load. Use a recovery amulet. What? It. Do you want to save a record of... Status. Field view. Load. 1. Do you...
冒険再開です。
HP 83S. Field viewer, load.
再び彼氏屋へ。
Field load.
冒険再開です。
負けられない。負けられない。逃がえ。はっはっ。完全回復。はっ。 負けられないんだ。
The sorrow of your HP recovered full. Do you want to save a record of your adventure? So 1. Brave. Do you want?
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
What? What? That room is crowded. There is nothing besides floor and ceiling. Somehow it felt a lonely atmosphere. One of them, a young man holding a sword, spoke to me. When I was younger I was about 16, 7-year-old. The atmosphere that it is dressed largely contradicts it. The wasted prefecture looks like a simple-handed sword at first glance. However, the handle was too long to handle with one hand. In other words, that sword can be used with one hand or both hands. I cannot deny that he does not have a shield. Probably, continuous attacks that emphasize hands with one hand and you can master a lot of techniques such as heavy blows with both hands. He says he wanders around this wailing of sorrow. Is not he a brave man? No, that's no mistake. Yes, I receive this kind of force that seems to be asexual. I am going back a little. What? That sword I see. You are a brave man. The young man said that while looking at the sword, the last hope in this hand. Apparently, he seems to know that the sword is a holy sword. Why? The answer came from him himself. What? I am a brave man, a man summoned before you. As expected. Well, it may be understood by looking at this body, but I cannot say that it is human anymore. When I look at him carefully, I notice something I did not do. Body is transparent. Although it is not understood unless you look closely. I wonder if the body can see through behind the scene behind. Phantom God apparently, it seems that you have noticed it now. It seems that he was too attentive to him. I will reflect a little on how confusing Abai has been transmitted over there. But regardless of that, he keeps on talking. Ghost, I was summoned to this place by the Shinto Arium priest. It was only a soul. Naturally, the summoning ended in failure, the brave did not appear. This result was made strictly confidential. I was watching everything all the time. I raised the voice that no one reaches. I continued to appeal to return it to the original world. But such a wish cannot come true. The reason is simple. Because I do not exist. I called only the soul to this place and I was abandoned. It was too unilateral, surprisingly reasonable. What a brave is just a tool. If you use it until then, it does not have to be different. Even if summons fail, we only have to pick another one. And it is you who called this time, nothing else. A brave. It was crispy. It is as if I am alive. An absolutely cold fading voice that frozen will penetrate himself. But I cannot do anything. I do not listen to what my body says, but I just solidify myself. I cannot help anything. Rather, he is pulling his feet. He used a tool called a brave man to unilaterally name justice. Shaint Arium trying to do the work. He used a tool called a brave man to unilaterally name justice. Shaint Arium trying to do the work. I am angry with that priest and it is never to I. Even though I knew such a thing, I could not stop feeling scared. But suddenly his atmosphere is relaxed. Phantom God, it is a fleeting moment while being alone with the soul and hating this world. I was sent here by this unprecedented world. As a monster. After all, I was a brave man for this world. It was just a relic. I was peeled from my soul by the world. I became a spiritual body. I have been sending a long time in this room. But it also ends today. Brave, you kill me. As I always do to a monster, I like this one. Please kill me. This is what he wants. Despite being called to an unknown land, it was denied the existence and was dropped to the existence of the outside. There is no way it cannot be sad. It cannot be painful. I must have wanted to die many times. And I regret that I cannot die the same number of times. I must have hated the world. That's why. That is why I should do now. Him. Comfortably, is not it free to do it? So decide in the mind, hold the handle of the last hope tightly, stay in front of us. Spirit body do not look good, if you have it. The young man slowly pulls out the waist sword and stays in the half body, and the point is turned to this point. Spiritual body. If you are staring at the eyes of this person, he said a word. Spirit body, it is okay to be killed. Maybe. Yes, I tell you with a soft smile. Psychic body, but I also want a swordsman to end up. I'll let you end up with the full power. This cannot be defeated. Be sure to win. Split fencer. Split fence, HP, 180 180, 100. SP, 70 70, 100. You have 464 Karens. Field information, current look, field core, items heart, objects no such items, items heart 32. Objects no such items, last hope. LV6, experience 7941 points. You defeat 2860 monsters. Split fencer. The last strike was sucked into his body, and when he arrived, he collapsed without power. The last strike was sucked into his body, and when he arrived, he collapsed without power. Spirit body, take care of. To the voice that is weakly but spinning dignifiedly. Clear relief, immeasurable joy. Warm feelings that care for us were mixed. What a strong man he is. I is in the same state, I wonder if I can do the same with him. I thought, but probably I cannot do such a thing. Besides, he still has a little left behind for this eye. It spoke a word. Spirit body, brave man, not a sword, it can hurt people and can protect. However, there is one thing that remains unchanged. That is, the weight of life killed with that hand for whatever reason. It will never change. It can also beat a monster to protect someone. Also killing me. The weight of the life that is in the hand does not change. If you do not say, I guess. He said so lying down on the floor. I slowly change its existence to a sparse one. I rush to him in a hurry. Unnoticed, tears from both eyes were falling down. In repentance of it, he said to I. Spirit body, a man does not cry so easily. If you cry, not for such a ghost, but cry for your colleagues. Still, if you want to cry, please lend me the mind that you admit it is stronger than you. Someday you can lend me your heart. Surely someone is waiting for your help. So do not worry about such a ghost that just disappears. It is good to think about the future. The past is turned over. But that's it. I regret or feel nostalgic, but I will not change. Cannot. However, the future can be the same. Because the future is constantly changing. You should aim first to live without you being swayed by the world like you. And what you want to protect is the enemy of the world, but defend it. This is. I think it's all I can say to you. Alright. You can be a good swordsman. I will declare it by honoring the name of fencer. You are right for a brave. As his words ended, he became even thinner. Spiritual body, hopefully, also, to the world where they live, return. I want to take advantage. And, to him, again, want, next time, protect, show. At the end he remembered so that he melted into the air and disappeared. And, to him, again, want, next time, protect, show. From the beginning the room was crowded as if there was nothing there. I cannot find the lord of the room to be there. It killed him with this hand. Speaking of fighting monsters sounds good. He is the same human being as myself, and above all, both his preparedness and power were significantly different. But now, there are only I this room. Lust, sensation. That weight when I pierced him at the end was... I feel like I'm still pressuring the feet hand still. Stare at your hand and the sword held in your hand. Can he live like him strongly? I wonder if I really is a brave man. Lilia, hey, let's get out. Lily unexpectedly said so. Lilia, that. If you fight in that state you cannot win anything you can win. Apparently, she seems to have been worried about I. Lilia, but, it's different, but. Elena, I am worried about you, too. I see. There are two people in I. The best fellows who will fight together. Lilia Mum, Mew. Elena, are not you talking about loving two people? Why will it be so? I wonder how much they are interested in the world of I. Lilia. I will return soon. Elena, come on, let's go. That's right. There is still a head in this cave, but let's turn back at this time around this time. By the time we come here again, will I understand the meaning of the word told him? Elena, let's get down early today and take a good rest. Yes, Elena speaks. Lilia, well, I do not care much about it. I did not do that. Early, fine, please do it. That's, if it goes extinct, I will ride, from. Lilia encourages me. Elena is gentle. Lilia is kind. Thank you both. Elena is gentle, Lilia is kind. Lilia, yeah, more, depending on me. Lilia, who is clumsy and caring for us, is really kind. Really, even if you rely on it, is it good? Lilia, idiot. It is the save group of the Kale. Do you want? HP 31 SP1. It is the save group of the Kalshia Wilder. Do you want to save? Load. Use a recovery amulet. 9. You have 9 recovery amulets. Do you use an amulet? Use an amulet. Using a recovery amulet. By checking the saving circle, it makes your health heal anytime. Do you want to save a record of your adventure so far? It is the save group of the Kalshia Wilderness. Your HP recovered. Do you want to save? 1. Do you want?
セーブが完了しました。
Return to HS. You have field information. You have 464 carat. Field co item object last LV6. Experience 8341 points. You defeat 2,861 monsters. sorrow of Do you want to save a record of your adventure so far? User to title. Close. Save. 1. Brave. Do you want to over...
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
負けられないんだ。負けられないんだ。
HP 100. Status 8 S U LV6 experience 8530 points. You defeat 2892 monsters.
負けられないんだ。まだ。負けられない。
HP 90 SP. The sorrow of sorrow. Your HP Do you want to save a rec? 1. Do you want to?
セーブが完了しました。
In this place, I fought against him. What he told me. Believe that I is understood. Let's go ahead.
負けられないんだ。負けられない。
The sorrow of sorrow. Do you want to over?
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
Load. Do you want to?
ロード中です。冒険再開です。
HP 100. The sorrow. Do you want to? One. Do you want?
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
This seems to be the deepest part of this wailing of sorrow. That youth like a room that fought with him and killed him, he was in trouble. Did he return to his own world? What? How about that? I suddenly heard a voice from behind. In a hurry to fly forward and turn backwards. There. He is. He stood before the eyes of I who was supposed to have disappeared and was staring at him. Wrong. He is not. He has no such expression. He was brave, yet he was a smart swordsman. Like this guy, he did not have a creepy laugh. I did not show such a foolish attitude. And yet, this swordsman looked like a figure to that young man. The ghost of sword fighter? It looks surprised, but you already know the answer. He says so and looks at me like a little fool. What does that mean? Still continually worrying, he said with laughing exaggeratedly from the front. The ghost of sword fighter? Head. Oh well, I will tell you this directly. The ghost of sword fighter, my identity is, that soul body itself that you fought and disappeared. I was peeled off by the spirit, and it was also tied to this room and it was a monster. Do not you think it is a sarcastic story? Long time to seem infinitely. I was alone here. No, is it us? And I kept searching. Originally it cannot leave, the spirit. It was such a flower and it was a flower. To be honest, I did not notice until you destroyed my spiritual body. So, now I am alone with the spiritual body and return to the original figure. Then. And let the grudge be cleared up in the world that we match our eyes. This is a natural result. That is the reason why this world did it. Do you think so? You are a victim who has been abducted to this world. In that way, he laughs. It seems I hate things about this world. Victim. It seems I hate things about this world. Yes, it may be unavoidable to think. He was brought to this world and was tied to this land before being understood. Because it was made into a monster, forced to separate himself into two. Still I is different. I know that. Certainly I also had life in the original world, family, friends. But more than that, people in this world were seeking salvation. And I has enough power to do it. Even so, this power may be borrowed after all. I until coming to this world was a general student. Naturally I had never swung, I had never killed a creature. If anyone can save I want to save If someone needs things. If a person who can smile becomes it, even if it increases alone. More than anything. If it is for the world of fellows. I fight. For this world. Even if we have to enemy him with similar circumstances. Soul body, it's a nice expression, but it's unpleasant to me now. So throw up and lay the sword in that young soul body. Soul body, but, with the power of you now, it will not fit me. What does that mean? Yes, I feel that my body suddenly stiffens to ask him. He raised his sword and was staring at me. Despite the fact that there must be not much distance between him and I. It is as intimidating as not to feel it, an endless endurance. This is awkward. I think so, I will try to fly aside in a hurry, but I will not make it in time. Soul body, you better carve it in your body, this is the difference between me and you. Before the words ended, there was a big shock to the body. Foot floats and is blown away. I felt like a leaf of trees that would be tossed by the wind. I wonder if those leaves feel like this. Somewhere out of place rushes around in my head. And I feel something like floating feeling that seems to raise awareness, strange and secure. Why is it so? Why, I now remembers this kind of feeling. I decided to think about the cause. Mecha. Meanwhile I meets those who assert that young soul body, fight, then. Then, what happened to I? I wonder if I lost. Or has it died? I still feel something like floating feeling. Because there is such a feeling, is not it not dead? Or is the sensation the feeling after death? Yes, repeating your own question without answer. I suddenly heard a voice. What? You are not dead. He is. Well, he is not a soul but a spiritual body. It clearly understood from the opponent who fought earlier that it was easy to understand. I wonder if he did not disappear. Spirit body I, thanks to you, was able to unravel the spells to that room. However, because my soulful body is still being captured, I am here. Really? Were you also I that soul body to be released by I? Spirit body, that's right. So, now you are here. If you intend to kill you already, it should have been completed. That is exactly right. I did not bring hands or feet to that young man. If you are still alive, is not that the soul body itself trying to make I make the best use of it? Having said that, Tsuzuki matches. He also. It seems that it was only a wish for opening as well as a spiritual body. If so, I must open him. Because I swore to my heart when I decided to fight the spiritual body. Spiritual body Fufu, you will become a good swordsman again. When thinking about such things, I heard his fun somewhere. At the same time, a happy feeling is also transmitted. Good swordsman, or I wonder if he really can be I to exist as he says. Spirit body, it's alright, you are not alone. That's right. That's right. There are companions who also support this immature I. That's it. I is not alone. There are the best companions who have had many hardships together. I feel like I can do anything with them. I mean, such a feeling. Self-confidence without doubt rises from the bottom of my heart. Unless you go to everyone's place. And again. This time, I will prevail over him. Spirit body, apparently, your mind seems settled. Of course. I will not get lost anymore. Spirit body, in that case, I will go with you. Is it okay? The other party I is going to fight from now is himself, who confuses what? Spiritual body, I do not care. He is me, I am not. That, what? Spirit body, it's a simple story, as he embodied negative emotions inside me. Originally, various emotions to be hidden in the depths of the soul. Hatred, envy, destructive impulses, etc. make up him. I see. Is that something like that? Originally, various emotions that were not supposed to appear in the table. It seems that it came out to the front by being separated from the spiritual body. Spirit body, there is that, but the other factor is the other factor. Hatred. Spirit body, that's right, I used to hate this world as soon as I was tied up here. Perhaps, no wonder why he also hated the soul body completely. It is dragged by that thought, and the feelings of badness came out to the front. I feel pathetic. He said that so silently. I do not have anything to say about this anymore. Spirit body, well then, brave man, you better go back to your company. Also, for a while, I will be taken care of. Along with that word, the feeling which is similar to the floating feeling so far fades away. It makes me feel comfortable, like sinking into something completely. At the same time, consciousness something sinking in. What? Hey, what? From anywhere, there is a voice calling I. That voice is familiar. A voice that was helped many times. And the voice that fought together. I. It is a fellow's voice. It was the moment I realized it. The consciousness becomes sharply clear. Elena, good, you finally woke up. Lilia, a little, please wake up early, do not you think? I was worried, so. When I opened my eyes, it was a room that fought with my soul. I can see the continuation of the road that was not at that time. Koi. Is that? Elena, we have been worried about you forever, especially Lilia. Lilia. Well, friends, Susie. Is that so? I am sorry. I did not plan to lose consciousness in but... If so, where is he? Lilia, he? Elena, who are you? Elena, who are you? He is the half of that soul body. It is about the spiritual body. Elena, but that person is us. Spirit body I wish I would have defeated. Along with his voice, he appeared in front of me. It's almost like a blurry appearance from the void. If you do that. Elena, geez, congratulations, I got out haunted. Lilia, freshness, I do not see, I cannot see, I do not want to see. Lilia, freshness, this must be the case. Spirit body bad, I wanted to try it once. Besides, he said that he was a joker. It's going to take a while to calm them and explain them. After that, I managed to calm them and explain them somehow, but I was tired of honesty. I wonder if it is safe to say that battle with the soul body is waiting after this. Elena, well, that's... Spirit body, I see, that is. Lilia, why are you going to talk about it? Besides, I never thought that 3 people could get over there. Spirit body, will you go then? Spirit body, will you go then? It has been a while since I got there for a while. This time, I have to win. Him. They. Open it. From this place like a prison. Fencer, spiritual body, became a partner. Running light wave is a sparkling ray emitted from the sword. 4 monsters lurking down, its power is enormous. Let's go together. Time. The sorrow.
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
負けられないんだ。負けられないんだ。負けられないんだ。 負けられないんだ。負けられないんだ。負けられないんだ。どこ？負けられないんだ。
HP 100 SP 47 HP 100 SP 52 HP 100 SP 55 HP 100 SP 67 HP 100 SP 74 HP 100 SP 87 HP 100 SP 100 Do you what do you,
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
The sorrow. Do you want to save a record of your adventure? The sorrow of sorrow. It is the save group of the 26th floor. Do you want to? HP 96 SP 100. You have 506 feet. LV6, experience 9500. The sorrow of sorrow, it is the save group of the 30th floor. Do you want to...
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
負けられないんだ。
Soul body, you came. Once again, I reached the end of this wailing of sorrow and confront him. After all, a smile that makes me feel somewhat frustrated on my face. Soul body, besides, this time one more person increases. I looked at the spiritual body standing behind. I said that while narrowing my eyes. Somehow, I feel irritated. Soul body, you are supposed to be my half. Why do you want to help them? Psychic body, indeed you and I are alone in two people, but you have been altered for a long time. Soul body, what if it changed? How did this me get? Spirit body, a fencer is a thing that swings a sword to protect someone. You are now trying to use that power to steal it rather than protect it. Even so, you have the same as me. I have as much as I can. So spiritual body that throws away the sword. From the expression I feel the anger that springs up. Soul body, I see. So why are you striking me with them? Spirit body, that's right. The soul body also pulls out the sword. Soul body, have you forgotten about that day? Can you agree? The last of his. Spirit body, you cannot forget, there is no way it can be forgotten. That day, I could not protect him. However, she should have come. Please save the world. Reverse listening. Did you forget it? Soul body, I can understand why I say it. Spiritual body, even if you do not agree, you should understand. The current situation we are putting ourselves on now. Soul body and, do you wish for your own extinction? Spirit body yes, there cannot be more existence of me like this in this area. Spirit body yes, there cannot be more existence of me like this in this area. I also solved the abridged spell. Then, I want to return to the loop of the circle once again. Soul body I lost hope in infinite time and it stained with despair. And the grudge against this world is increasing, I do not feel like holding back. I took away my life and the daughter's lady who swore to protect my beloved person more than anything. I cannot forgive this world. It should not know. That kind of spiritual body. The spirit body raises his voice by looking at it. That kind of spiritual body. Spirit body if you do not understand, I will tell you with a sword. Do not pass for those who decided to prepare, such as swords with lost stuff like you. Soul of Fencer. Return. HP, SP. You have field information, current, field, items, object, last, LV. You defeat 3032. Game stat can't upload. 1, 2.
冒険再開です。
負けられないんだ。どこ
Game HS. You have 5. Field in current field cohort items heart objects. No such items. Game over. Status can't load. Do you want to load?
冒険再開です。
Can I
負けられないんだい。どこだい。どこたぬけはだい。どこどこあれどこだいだいだいどこだいだいどこどこどこしばらくどこだいどこどこ程度でどこどこどこだいどこどこどこどこどこあれどこだいだいどこだいどこどこだいだいこのままじゃどうする
Game over. Continue. Restart from the saving circle. 1. Do you
再びカレシアへ。
Status can't load. What do
再びカレシアへ。
負けられないんだ。俺はくらえはっくらえどこどこはっくらえどこはっくらえくらえはっ くらえどこくらえはっどこはっどこはっくらえはっどこはっはっくらえはっくらえはっどこはっくらえはっどこくらえはっくらえどこくらえどこはっくらえどこダメだよまだ余裕だくらえどこはっどこはっどこくらえはっくらえどこくらえどこはっくらえどこはっどこダメだよ
Game status can't load.
ロ
What do
ード中です冒険再開です。
私に任せて。
you can I Game status can't load options load. What do
ロード中です再び彼氏屋へ。
行くよ。私に任せ。
負けられないんだ
Soul. HP 63. I lost or I am. I lost or I am. A soul body fell down to the ground and speaks like that. Although he should have lost, I felt relieved somewhat. It is about time. Can I tell you about that day or that guy? Oh yeah, I should have explained more quickly if it were originally. The soul body stops the spiritual body which tried to start explanation while sorry it seemed unlikely. No, cannot you let me explain? If you do that, you get lost. I feel like I'm getting stuck with my hesitation. Really? Then, can you explain me? I wonder what kind of feeling you were here. I wonder what kind of life your guys have come to. I understood. That day. That day was also a peaceful day as usual. It was supposed to be. It should have been. In an instant the village turned into hell. It's a monster. The enemy of that human being who is also in this world. My village was attacked and guilty of them. Everything is everything. Of course I fought. Because my sword, a fencer, is to protect someone. Still it was no match for them. It was that extent after all my powers. One person, and one of the village friends died. While suffering. While saddening. While seeking help. I kept fighting. Even if the village is gone, you can make it as many times as long as you live. So I decided my mind to save my life as far as the hand reaches, so I fought. When I did it, I suddenly heard a scream. When I hurried to rush, there was a man who was chased by the monster. I cried out, "That's his name." Then he looked over and felt a very relieved face. I wanted to defend him who will face such a face soon. I tried to rush over there. But I could not do that. I could not move. I was impatient. If he does not go to help him soon he will die. I do not want such a thing. I wonder what I had a sword for. An important person. It is to protect the loved ones. But I could not move. If you notice it, the sparkling magic team at the foot. I got a tongue. I wonder if he loses an important one because of such things. I was rampant. I did not want to lose my friends anymore because of such a magical team. But he was wrong. I saw the magic team at my feet and laughed. And this way. After all, you are a brave man. And she continued and said, I thought you were my only brave, but that is not the case. No such thing. I cried so. What? 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 There is such a thing, you saved the world that called you. Many people will be saved thanks to you. I think that's a wonderful thing. That does not matter. I want to save your life better than such a world. I am your brave. Well, you promised me when I was young. I'm not a brave man in the world. I do not understand this translation. What? 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 But still I think you can save lots of lives. So, save you. Because it is Fencer to fight for those who are seeking help. I bet you. I obstructed her words and shouted at full force. Then, ask for help as soon as possible. Even though I cut this leg, I crawl, but I will save you. That is why I have a sword. At that time the light of the magic team gets stronger. Why is it so? Why should I suit the situation? Even though I have someone to protect. Even though I think so much that I want to be with him. And the light of the magic team which gets even stronger. The sight that I saw last, the throat was torn up by the monster. And the light of the magic team which gets even stronger. The sight, it was his face smiling gently towards me although I fell without strength. So, I will not allow this world. It was a long time for that. Or, if you do not think so, you did not feel like keeping your ego. Perhaps I knew it unconsciously. Yes, looking at the soul body laughing at self-propelled feeling makes me feel uncomfortable. He just wanted to protect the loved one. But even though I could not keep it, about to say that I could not protect you. He keeps on with words. But, now I think back to you again. I guess I was trying to steal his wish. He told me to save a lot of people. And yet, I denied this world itself. This is no use. I am a fencer. Blade to protect people. I never thought I did not realize that until now. I mean that I do not have enough training yet. Weakly squeeze out words and spin out, he takes a breath. And, toward here. I was taken care of with the spiritual body very much, a brave man. I think you can be a good swordsman. I will change my existence to a sparse one as I did in my mental body. There. The spirit body approaches and touches the soul body. Then the spiritual body began to scatter and it was sucked into the soul body. The soul body which absorbed the spiritual body smiles lightly and ascends to heaven. There is not such a creepy laughter until a while ago. It was warm, like a spiritual body turned towards himself, and had expressions compassionate to each other. Fencer, spiritual body, is out a partner. The next moment, the girl next to him appeared to cuddle. Elena, that. I guess it is an example girl. While he wished to protect, he could not protect it. Sayara. Sayara. That is her name. She still does not speak. It's just soft and just smiling. Facing such a thing, he raises a voice. Fencer Sayara, I could not protect you. I will not say that I forgive you. But if you still give me the opportunity. Ask. Let me protect you once more. He says so, and looks straight at her. Carefully opens her mouth. Sarah Axel. As expected after all, you were a brave man. Because I am still trying to protect myself yet. Axel naturally, as long as I am. I will protect Sayara, no matter what happens. Seer, thank you. Two people staring at each other saying so. And the distance between the two shrinks. Lips are. I slowly and slowly touched down. Elena Gawar. Lilia, Gokuri. It seems that the two innocent people were strongly stimulated. Axel, I love you, Sayara.
私も好き
Sayara, I like it too, Axel. Yes, hanging over each other. They firmly embrace each other. No matter what happens, let us not let go of each other. As if blessing these two people, light leaks out of the empty space and wraps them. Axel, even in the next life.
一緒になろう
Sayara, let's be together. The light becomes more intense and they become completely invisible. I wonder if he finally got easier now. The light continues to shine. To illuminate even their destiny.
これで
Elena, is this all over?
終わったのかな。
Lilia, kiss I was.
してた。
I guess it ended. With this, the ghost of the sword fighter disappears from this cave. You will not be able to hear the crying full of feelings of sadness. Light became more and more brilliant, spreading and refreshing. As I flickered like dancing in the sky like scales. I will change the room into a mysterious space. There are no two people already. I wonder if I could go up to heaven without any problems.
アクセル。
What? Axel, you were truly a brave man. Suddenly the voice echoes to there.
だって
Because, that's about me.
私のこと。私の
The world in which I live, Kirthia.
のことを守ろうとして
Because he tried to protect me.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Thank you so much, Axel.
本当に。そして
And sorry. Already.
ごめんね。もう
Already, I am not Sayara, sorry.
私はセアラじゃないんだ。
Sadly and frantically, fleeting voice. I feel like I will be broken soon if I touch it. Sadly and frantically, fleeting. Yup. I have heard such a voice somewhere. Where was it? Lilia Annie, hey. Elena this.
この
Voice.
声って。
Elena, Arya, right?
だよね。
That's it? This voice is a voice I heard even when I was summoned. And, that is. To be continued. I won the extra dungeon ASC stop. I won the extra dungeon ASC stop. You can now reach true end.
まだまだ余裕だ。
There is no use in this place anymore. It is the save group of the Kalshia Wilderness. Your HP recovered fully. Do you want to save a record of your adventure so far?
完全回復だ。
It is the Your HP recovered full. Do you want load user to title? Use a recovery amulet. 8. It is the save group of the Kalshia Wilderness. Your Do you want
セーブ中です。セーブが完了しました。
LV6, experience 10074 points, you defeat 3037 monsters. saving. Do you want to save a record of your adventure so far? Save. The sword has regained its force. Last hope grew to LV7. The attack speed of the brave sword has improved. Congratulations on LV up. Experience this tune and regain the power. To raise the LV of the sword, you need the experience value of 14,500. It's saving. Your HP recover. Do you want to load warp ring? Do you want to resin for it? To Jiru Volcano. To Felmer. Cancel. To Felmer. The monster disappeared during the seal. Prince Lu. Before departing the capital, please also call on all of you in the city. Hello. Will you also cooperate? Next up is ranking up with 3000 body. Achievement of the quest. Congrats. The security force contribution rank has been upgraded to the greatest 4. You are the first time to cooperate so far. If you feel like it, I'd like you to volunteer with security forces. If that is the case, this time, please also pay the reward. 500 Karen. UHAV 1072 Karens. I appreciate your cooperation. Thank you. Those who use Black Devil, Rudolph to if he... By the way, do you know the cave of the water source? It is a cave that continues from the beginning during the seal. It is becoming a source of water that pours into the lake. I do not know if the brave man would be useful, since no one is approaching for several hundred years. Something good may be obtained. Until like Rouse sees what will become of our city. The brave rescues the brave. Giggle. True, our priests cannot do anything unless they rely on someone. Do not step in with a hesitate feeling. Absolutely, I cannot come back. When Fermatla remodeled plan was raised, it was planned to have a fishing pot in, but I was sure, if the version becomes 5.0. Once in Lake Firma, there seems to be a monster living a heavy. We managed to contain the monster somehow by an ancestor. It is an old tradition transmitted to the What? Book. Then. Ah. It's a chef. Mr. Oku is getting 78,080, but. Today, I'm thinking of making Munil with my father's fish. As always, the same fish always keeps on. Ah. It's a chef. Mr. But. Ren says, it is the representation. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Ren says, it is the representation of the king. Yeah. I cannot do this. It seems that there are many caves and, especially, the trouble of the Ueli, I was very pleased. It was really nice to ask you. Going west from, it is one of. You guys. There is a certain, and, in the beginning. It is a save group.
セーブが完了しました。